YouTube's right there. I took Amos. So what I was talking today about is that I spent the afternoon in the swimming pool. So I am the old mom in the swimming pool. So all my friends that are like my age, they're not in the pool anymore, right? They're like, they're playing mahjong, they're having drinks, they're exercising, they might be on the Peloton. Not me, said the flea. The flea is in the pool with the Amos because we have some autism in our family. And today was super fun because there was another mom of a child with a disability in the pool. Yay! So fun. It seems like you do a little teaser and then you switch to YouTube. I have followed you for quite a while, but guess you don't care. Janet, I care. I care. But come over to YouTube. Goodbye. I like that I get a guilt trip for going to YouTube. For someone that just watches me on Facebook, they're not paying. I mean, what the hell? That would be like buying a spree. Let's say a spree, they sell it at Belk's. Well, suddenly a spree is like, you know what? We're not selling at Belk's anymore. We're going to Nordstrom. And then you're like, but I shop at Belk. A spree, and I'm not buying your clothes if you're not at Belk. Damn it. I mean, who are these people? Who are these people? You really don't care. I care. No, I don't care. I can't help it if you've followed me for a while, so I'm just supposed to sit and suffer and make a half a penny. No. Get Blair from Flip Flops. So last year Blair went on a trip and I forgot to get her the right kind of outdoor shoes. So I had to go to Walmart at 10 at night and got her some like fake Tevas. And I was like, why does it matter? Well, the fake Tevas lasted about 2 weeks. So she went to a gas station on this camping trip and she's flopping around in this fake Teva. And the Teva and this man offers her, he says, honey, do you need some money for shoes at the gas station? And she was like, no, but I could use a Hershey. You pay and your name is not in green. Well, I don't know. Why not? I have no idea why. I wish I knew, but I don't. I know very little. My brain is kerplunked, defunct. Oh, poor Margie Coffee. So I said when I started over on the Facebook, I don't give people shout outs anymore because I got tricked. Cash Wayne. Cash Wayne. Is that a sneaky name? No, I'm gonna have to delete you. I got fooled last year with the put user in timeout. He's done for 24 hours. I got fooled last year. My very first YouTube video, I said to somebody, they were like, oh, can you give a shout out to my sister? And I was like, well, sure, I can. And the sister's name was, I just changed it that you have to be a subscriber. The sister's name was, what was the sister's name? No, I can't remember. It wasn't Seymour, whatever. It was, let me mute this. What was the sister's name? Oh, Dixie. Her name was Dixie, and her last name was R-E-C-T. Dixie, R-E-C-T. And I said, hey, Dixie. It was bad. Not good. Fool me once, you won't get me again, turds. So anyway, so tonight, you just started playing mahjong. You ain't never seeing any autism mom at the pool playing any mahjong. And I was with these girls last night, and they were like, "I play mahjong." I was like, "I'm not against people playing mahjong. I just don't want to talk about mahjong." I was in a store, and I don't actually even care. I just think the word mahjong is funny. And my mother-in-law, who, is no longer on this planet, she was very sort of wonderful, snobby about mahjong. And she was like, "Ugh, all these people playing mahjong. I mean, like it's new. Ugh. Like all the official bridge players, they play hand and foot and canasta. I mean, mahjong, it's nothing." So anyway, I was at the store, and I promise you, I could not. If I could have recorded it, I would give like $100. A woman came in and she said, "I'm just looking for the right shirt. I need a shirt or a dress. I've got this party." And they were like, "Oh, is it a wedding? Is it a whatever?" And she was like, "It's a Cinco de Mahjong party." Cinco de Mahjong. I mean, that is not a thing. That does not exist. Sue loves Mahjong. It's very good for your brain, I assume. My brain, my brain is at the pool thinking. So today I was at the pool. Amos is 11 and a half, and we go to the pool in the afternoon, and Amos likes to play with people in the pool, and he has autism. And now he's bigger, right? He's not like 4 or 5. And so you're here for little T. Where is he? He's not here yet. Is this live? Yes. As soon as you become a member, you'll be able to see him. It's like a magic trick. And so we get to the pool, and I hear him immediately say to a little boy, "I'll be your friend." And I thought that was so cute. And anyway, mindful nomad. This is not a political conversation. I don't know why people struggle with this. Oh, my phone is falling over. And so I get in the pool immediately, and I see a young man with special needs also in the pool. And the reason I knew, one, I had met them last summer, and two, you can just tell when somebody has disabilities. He was like kind of holding his hands together. He was older. He was moving around in the pool. And the giveaway, he had on goggles, but he wasn't going under the water. And you don't usually see like young adults with goggles on, typically, right? And so then I saw the mom right behind him, who I met last summer. And we like smiled at each other, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Adrian, whatever. We met last summer." And she was like, "Oh, yeah." Her son is 23, Amos is 11. And I said, "Well, I guess we're the old moms in the pool. And you're proof that I'm going to be in this pool in 12 years." And we were like laughing. I mean, we were laughing. And I made a rookie mistake. I started playing with Amos before he like demanded it. Well, once you do something with him in the pool, you're stuck. He wants you to chase him. I had to use like this baby float and put water balloons on it, like this elaborate game that you're supposed to participate in. And it's torture. I mean, it's torture. All the other people are talking to each other, not me. I'm roaring and chasing, and he's saying, "Break the glass," like all these little terms he uses. And the mom of the older child, the mom of the older child, I kept going past her, and she would laugh every time I came past her. I would be like, "Rawr," and she'd be like, and I've never been laughed at where it was so nice. It was like, here is a person, and she's laughing because she knows exactly what is happening. And it was so nice. It was just the nicest thing. It's so silly, but I felt so not alone. It was lonely, but I did not feel I was isolated because I'm playing with the 11-year-old, but I didn't feel lonely, you know? This is not members only. Members only, I wish I had a members only jacket. Members only, I'm going to order myself one. Members only is usually coffee chats in the morning. So anyway, we talked and I played, and then Amos played with some children he's played with before who are between the ages of like 3 and 11. But the little ones play better with him, I think. And what I figured out today was if I have really good toys, they are, I'm like basically like bribing small children to like us. So I have all these toys. Amos doesn't want anything to do with the toys. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get out the toys. And they're all over there playing. And I said to the moms, like, I'd just like y'all to know that my toys are keeping your children busy. And we were laughing and talking. And it was really nice. It made me think this is going to be a nice summer. I'm going to go get better toys so that all the little children, I mean, I had like one child that was crying when he had to leave my toys today. And the mother was like, why am I getting all this dinging? Hold on, my phone. Focus there. Is Amos a good swimmer? He is a good swimmer. He doesn't really go in the deep end. He likes, he's not into deep water. He definitely does not like to swim in the sound where we live at home because it's dark. But the pool, you can't get him to go in the deep end. He's always been scared of the deep end. Always, since he was a tiny little fella. Now, he does like to go in the ocean, particularly if he can walk out. He likes the waves. And our service dog, they will stay in the ocean together for a long time. How much is YouTube every month? Well, the special tonight is $5. You can join right now for $5 until midnight. It's usually $25 a month, but it's $5 tonight. You want to join us quick as you can. Quick. Does Amos like to go to the library? Yes, we do go to the library. I'm glad you mentioned that. We have not been this summer yet. I have not been getting him, he has not been reading like he normally does. You joined for $5. Good. Where's the link to join? Somebody, Kathy, will you put the link up? I don't know. Hope you'll work with him a bit for deeper water for safety's sake. Well, Deanne, he knows how to swim. He just doesn't like deep water. No, he can swim. He just chooses not to swim in deep water. So there's that. He does like going to the movies. And this summer, this was transition week into the summer. So what we did this week was we did nothing. We went to the pool a few times and we slept till 9:30 every day. We stayed up late every night, like tonight. He's just had his medicine. And we just chilled. We just chilled. We've watched a lot of TV. We've, what else? That's it. Talked to people. Spent too much money on takeout food. I mean, it's been like vacation week. But next week, we'll try to get into a routine. We'll go to the movies on Wednesday. You can go to the movies for free. And we'll go to the library. We'll go to the aquarium. We'll go to the pool. Go to the beach. He hadn't even been on the beach this week. Thanks, Kathy. She just put the link up. Kathy, is that the member link? Hold on. I'm going to pin it. Let's see. YouTube. I hope it is. We'll see. Would Amos like Dogman books? Yes, he's read all the Dogman books. You were hesitant to move to YouTube, but you like it better. So people love YouTube because you can listen to a video and you can shop at the same time. Or you could pretend to be like doing credit hours if you're like a lawyer or something. It's very good. Oh, I'm sorry, Terry. So my member only videos are a little bit different. Like Terry is on here. It's more of a conversation and less of me just talking at you. It's more of us talking. Yay, Carolyn just joined Tales on the Tube. You have school till the 25th. I would have to skip. No, you can join right here on the phone. There is no member link. Oh, I have a member link, Derek. I sure do. I have a member link. I wish I could share it, but I can't. But yeah, I have a member link. Let me try to get it. Hold on. Let's see here. Here's my main. I'm going to do it as a Q&A, okay? Here's the question. I'm going to put it right here. Hold on. Paste. Oh, it didn't work. Hold on. That didn't work. Let me try something else. Okay, I'm going to do it as start a poll. Doesn't work on the phone. Really? It works on mine. Okay, start poll, add option. Want to become a member? Okay, there, good. Start poll. Look, I did it. Oh, all right. Yeah, $5. Tales on the Tube and the Educated Debutante. Tales on the Tube. What is Tales on the Tube? I can't remember. I can't remember. I've lost my mind. It's official. So anyway, so this week was just like a get your feet wet. Like before you start potty training somebody, you just let them walk around and pull ups. That's what this week was like for us. Just sort of ease into the summer. So tomorrow we are going back to Edenton. Big Tanda. Now, Big Tanda, if you're a member of Big Tanda, you get access to my husband, Thomas, aka Big Tanda, who I have not talked to today. Does your husband stay with you guys at the beach? Negative Ghost Rider. He does not. He works and stays home. And now what's interesting is this blows some people's minds. So I grew up like this. My dad stayed home and worked. My mom and grandparents lived with us in the summer. And my mom's in-laws lived with us actually every summer, which is really a commitment, having just lived with my father-in-law for a few months. It's a lot of work. So then my mother would start leaving us at the beach with my grandparents, and she would go back home and stay with my dad. But he comes on the weekends, or this weekend we're going home, and then we'll come back and he'll come next weekend. And then we'll be home the next week. But we kind of come and stay for a chunk, like 4 weeks. But anyway, Amos loves it. There's lots to do. My 3 teenagers are all working here, which is obviously good for them. And my parents are nearby, and all our college friends come down here. So we love it. We really get a chance to kind of catch up, and we live in a pretty small place. So I think I enjoy more where we live because we do have a little time out, you know? When I clicked on the link, it says I'm a subscriber. So if you're a subscriber, that's free. If you're a member, you pay. So you get like the coffee chats. So you have to click on the link in the poll, in my poll, I think. I don't know. You have to join it from your computer. I can do it from my phone, but evidently not everybody can. So he comes on the weekends, and I will tell you, since January, we've been really busy. His mother was sick. She passed away. His dad has been living with us. He passed away a few weeks ago, May 18th. And there's been no time for anywhere. The link in the poll won't take you there. Oh, well, good luck. And he was so glad to see us leave. I think he wouldn't say that, but we left on Sunday, and he drove to Hatteras. It's just been really busy and a lot of caregiving. And so summers, I think he misses us, but I think he also, especially when the kids were little, you know, we go all the time. And so the summer, Honor, yeah, she's a dog from what? From the ick? Oh, Honor is a dog from the movie Ick. Um, so yeah, it's kind of a break for everybody. You need to fix your camera because on TV your videos are a regular box, rectangular box. Honor, come in here. She's up there trying to get his cinnamon raisin bread. We're about 2.5 hours from the beach. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Um, yeah, and like grieving both his parents. Um, anyway, it's. I think he's enjoying being on his own. He also has had a lot of work to do. His parents owned up 2 houses. There's lots of mowing to do, lawn mowing. So he's doing a lot of lawn mowing. When you holler, it nearly blows us out. Honor, come. Oh, okay. Good girl. She's so nice girl. She's my nice girl. Um, yeah, so we just are kind of getting summer started. I don't know where my oldest son is. So strange. He was working, but I promise you, he told me he was off at 10. I haven't got him food. Hold on, let's see if I can find him. Let's text him. Big little Thomas. I'm going to text, where are you? Yeah, so tomorrow we'll go to Edenton. Russell is heading to Boys State. If Boys State or Girls State is something you don't know about, it's a very interesting summer thing. You go before your senior year in high school, and I think every state has it. North Carolina obviously does. Boys State, Girls State, and Russell is going to Boys State Saturday to Saturday. It's 1 week, and you go spend a week in North Carolina. You go to Catawba College, and it's like government camp. So it's 100 or so boys, all the same age, and you take a bill, and it's like how a bill becomes law. And so you really learn how all that works, which is pretty awesome. Hey, welcome. Anyway, so he's doing that for a week, and my daughter is going on a mission trip, which she said tonight, I mean, you're making me go on this mission trip, and I got asked to babysit. I could have worked all week, and instead I'm going to be up there in the mountains painting trailers. I was like, what in the hell? What do you mean? She goes, well, we did last year. I mean, what a nut. Sometimes you paint, sometimes you do insulation, when I was there, we were ripping out carpet from houses. And now with the hurricane and all the stuff that happened in the mountains, there's a lot of work to do. Boys State has more fun activities than Girls State. Yeah, they do play sports. They are not allowed to leave campus. That is a big one. I told Russell. And they're not allowed to DoorDash. Russell is highly into exploring communities and door dashing. So when you go to these camps like NC State or UNC, those kids are, who knows, all over the place. My husband went to basketball camp at UNC, and he was like, I was 9 on Franklin Street at like 2 in the morning. If you're watching YouTube, double click or like it, the video. Your brother went to Boys State. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. My son Thomas did it, and I will say it was really good for him. He had been at boarding school, and You can like be a county commissioner, you'd be secretary of state, you can be all these things. And governor is the highest one. And little Thomas was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to be governor. I mean, he was committed, like full of confidence. He called the very first night from Boy State. And I was like, hello? He was like, I am not going to be governor. And I was like, why? Why not? He was like, Mom, you have never seen what people are like. I mean, it's like they're teenage politicians. I said, what do you mean? He said, I mean, they can work a room, and I am not going to be able to be governor. So here was this boy from a small town in North Carolina, had been at boarding school, and he was blown away with the abilities that these other young men had from North Carolina. And I think it was really, he kind of got his ass handed to him, and it was so good for him. I think he saw what it takes to work a room, even if you're not going to do it. You know how politicians are. They're walking around, shaking hands and kissing babies. Well, the young man that ended up as governor, he goes to Harvard, and he's from like Johnston County. Johnston County makes Edenton look like Palm Beach. I mean, anyway. So that was a really good thing. So I'm excited for Russell to go to it. It's kind of up there with being like an Eagle Scout on your application, but it's only a week, so it's a lot less work. And you're supposed to get, asked or appointed to do it, but you can sort of act very interested and they might let you go. So anyway, so that's big in our family this week. Blair will be at the, whatever she's doing. Your daughter wanted to be governor until she got a job and works with the governor. Oh, you mean like a real governor? Well, we're talking about pretend governor. Yeah, it would be interesting. What if I were the governor and I did these late night videos? Can you imagine? I'm not going to be governor. I'm not even going to be a shovener. Are you at an ocean beach? Yes, I'm at Atlantic Beach. Well, really in Pine Knoll Shores, which is North Carolina, kind of looks like this. And I live up here kind of in a little tributary called the Albemarle Sound or Edenton Bay in the most of the year. But if you zip down here, you go through Williamston, Washington, New Bern, or if you want to go through Aurora, you can take the ferry. New Bern, Havelock, Morehead City, Atlantic Beach, Pine Knoll Shores, Salter Path, Indian Beach, Emerald Isle, Wilmington. So we're in the Atlantic Beach part. And tonight I saw some friends, and they said, it was an old friend, and he said, do you ever go to Nag's Head? And Nag's Head is a beach north of Edenton, and it's closer. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes away. And I said, yeah, I did a book signing there at the Sanderling, which is an amazing hotel resort in Duck. If you hadn't been there, it's beautiful. And in Nag's Head at St. Andrews by the Sea, the Episcopal Church, because I have a friend, Jamie Anderson, and she owns 2 bookstores. She owns Duck's Cottage and Downtown Bookstore in Manio. And anyway, I said, so yeah, I was just there like a week ago doing these book signings. And he said, well, don't people from Edenton go there? And I said, yeah, it's like a real Edenton place. There's this one stretch of beach oh, welcome, Elizabeth, in Nag's Head. And these cottages, they call them the aristocracy. Like they're old, unpainted beach cottages. I mean, beautiful, right sitting on the sand. Like the children play beneath the cottage. You can walk right out to the ocean. They're gorgeous. And I've grown up in a condo, one row behind the beach. So I'm not, ain't any aristocracy. So I love my condo. I can see the ocean if I look over the tree, from my bed. And Nag's Head is fun, but there are a few things that make me like Atlantic Beach better. Is one is that I was a nanny down there when I was 16, and I made $125 a week, which seemed like a lot when the family asked me in like April. 2-year-old triplets and a 4-year-old sister. So I get to Nag's Head, drive my little car down there, or maybe I was 17. There's people don't have air conditioning in their beach houses down there. So I don't mind being hot, but I prefer to be hot all day and then come in and take a shower and lay in this bed and be cool. So there, you take a shower and you're just sweating. There's so much sweating. And then small children sweating. And you know what happens when 2-year-old triplets get hot? They talk like this. It's a lot of whining. And then they're hot. So their bedroom had air conditioning. Somebody had like thrown a window unit in there. So then you're in this little bedroom. But there's nothing to do down there for toddlers. There's no pool. You can't get in the ocean because the ocean is super rough and freaking freezing. So the water temperature can change within a day. One day it could be 59, the next day it could be 76. It is nuts. So we had like a baby pool under the cottage. Sometimes we would go to Walmart, but you can't take 4 children to Walmart by yourself when 3 of them are age 2. It was not a good experience. So that kind of turned me off at Nag's Head. But it is fun to go. But where we go to the beach, Atlantic Beach, the water is, I don't know what it is now, upper 70s, 80. We have tidal pools and sandbars and tons of boating. There are all these islands to go to. Now, Hatteras is a nice beach. That's further south of Nag's Head. Ocracoke is, if I live anywhere that's not Edenton, you'll find me in Ocracoke. And my husband we both would like to live in Ocracoke. It would be easier for me than him because he has to work and he doesn't just do videos for a living. The other part that would be hard about it is if you had children like we do away at school or college, you can't just pop home for a weekend. Like to get to Ocracoke, you have to take at least one ferry. You're surprised I had children of my own after that experience? Well, it was only 2 weeks. But that's why I don't spend the summer in Nag's Head with children, that's for sure. Yeah. Are you going shell hunting? Oh, I love looking for shells. But there haven't been any on the beach. So, yeah, we usually do that on the boat. If we go on the boat, I spend the whole day basically upside down with one of those snorkel masks on looking for conch shells. Because one summer, there were tons of conch shells out in the water, and I just had the best time. And then I took them all to Edenton so I can enjoy them. Enjoy them when I'm at home in the winter. Why do you have the Facebook supporter link on your YouTube video description? I do? Oh, I didn't know I did. Yeah. Because I never said I was like Mensa. I made a 980 on the SAT. I mean, I'm learning here, people. Slow learning curve. All right. Well, I reckon my 19-year-old is not coming home to is it Regal? Regal with us with the tails. Oh no, I do love a Christmas shop, and I love a pier. Nag's Head does still have a good couple piers. Atlantic Beach, that is one thing. We had a pier, and my friend Lisa, who I'm with all the time, her boys, we would walk to the pier every day. Like that would be a thing I could do with Amos, walk to the pier and get ice cream. And then the pier, the town offered to pay the pier man like 1 million, and he sold it for 2 to build houses. That's when you should like do for the greater good, because now there's no pier to walk to. The Iron Steamer Pier. I still have an Iron Steamer Pier t-shirt that I've hidden in the bottom of my underpants drawer because my family, son, daughter, and husband, have a penchant for taking my very best old t-shirts and ruining them, meaning wearing them. You took a ferry somewhere last summer. Yeah, to Hatteras. You can also drive to Hatteras, but you can take a ferry. If you go to Ocracoke, you take a ferry to Ocracoke. It's like 2.5 hours, the Cedar Island ferry. Then you have to take another ferry to Hatteras. Or you can just drive to Hatteras and take the ferry to Ocracoke. Ocracoke is an island, so there ain't no getting there unless you're on a boat or a ferry, period. But there's like Cedar Island, there's a ferry from south, north, and this way, I think is right. I'm not sure. Anyway, carry on, people. Um, Coffee chatters. We'll see you in the morning. I'll see if I can get little Thomas to come on since he's abandoned us tonight. He's real excited that I'm leaving town because he's got fraternity brothers coming in for the weekend. I might lock my bedroom door. I don't have anybody in here in this trying to sleep in my room. I don't remember my parents ever leaving. It might be smarter than I was. One thing my parents would do is they would be gone and then they would call and be like, "Oh, we're in New Bern." And I'd be like, "You're in New Bern?" And there would be like a house full of people. And I'd be like, "Okay, everybody out, get out, get out." We'd clean up, they'd get out. And then at like an hour, I'd be like, "Where are they? They're supposed to be in New Bern." I'd call mom and be like, "Where are y'all?" Mom be like, "We're just sitting on the porch." I'm like, "What do you mean you're sitting on the porch?" "Where?" "In Rocky Mount." I said, "Dad called and said y'all were in New Bern." She was like, "Oh, hee. We're not. Not in New Bern." Cujo's going to get somebody. Carry on.